these two fabulous people on board. I've got Ammar and I've got Valentina. Hi guys, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Excited
Hi,
to
Sarah.
have
How are
you
you?
both because fantastic. Thank you so much for allowing me to interview you guys today because you've got something coming up that I think is quite revolutionary and quite like it's going to change the sector in different ways for people's choice and control. So if you don't mind if we can get straight into it.
Let's do it.
Excellent. So what made you guys want to build Australians therapy hub? Like what was the inkling that you guys wanted to do it?
I started with being in a very frustrating position, being in the sector, seeing the same frustrations again and again from both sides, from the participants and from providers and support workers as well. Providers are stretched thin, doing long days, traveling constantly, wasting time on things they should really be focusing on the skilled sort of things instead of traveling and juggling through the systems. Systems that didn't really talk to each other. At the time, participants are losing funding, therapy funding they should be using on the time things like travel, admin, which didn't really feel right. It wasn't really about blaming anyone, but more about realizing the system doesn't really work itself and wasn't really up to the standard. ITH came from asking what if participants and support workers could be actually spending more time on providing what they're supposed to, the care, and focusing on the participant instead of things that could be done better. It's not about controlling them.
Prior to this, you guys have a NDIS company. So is it from having that
That's correct.
NDIS company that you decided there was a gap missing and we were missing something and we could do it better?
That is correct. Yes. So that's how we figured out the gaps that we were facing, and there were not really systems that did really everything. And talking to other companies to build those for us wasn't really working out. So we thought we'll go out and actually do it ourselves to help out the participant and the providers.
So when you thought about like when you first had this, did you just turn to Valentina one day and say, "What do you reckon?" Or was it the other way around? Who thought of it first?
It was Ammar.
Yeah, it was me. I still remember the day I was having that conversation with her. It was in the car, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm building this thing. And she's going, what is it? Like, obviously, it was the first time, and she had no idea what I was talking about. I was thinking about it for a while, and like, it'll work. It'll definitely work. It's something that's going to help participants. I'm hearing it from the therapist. I feel like it's something that'll definitely work. So let's try it out. And then after that, we spoke to some therapists, we spoke to participants. They were loving the idea of having everything in one. And instead of participants, paying for something that like admin stuff and all those sort of things that can really be automated with this day and age, I think it was the best thing for them as well. So they can have everything in one spot. They can have the goals in one spot, their payments and everything like that. Everything will be all in one.
What about you, Valentina? Were you like, oh, I'm not sure? Or when you first heard about this idea, were you like, oh wow, let's roll?
Look, just with any idea, you start, thinking in your head all the possible scenarios, all the things that could go wrong, but also the things that could go right. But at the end of the day, I know Ammar is very intelligent, and when he speaks about something, he's already been thinking about it for the longest time possible. He's already been planning and strategizing in his head. So I trusted him, and I still do trust him. And it's been about maybe a year and a half since he told me that idea, and here we are. It's happening.
That must be really cool to actually see it from an idea to actually physically seeing it.
Oh, it's exciting and also crazy at the same time.
So we talked about some of the problems that it will solve. As you were going along and you were testing it, did you find out more problems that the product solved or didn't solve, or things that you had to edit and refine because it was a way that we don't see until we try?
Yeah, exactly right. So because ATH is such a huge system that we've been working on and building, it's always just about refining and fixing as we're building. And as we're going through the stages, we've been getting real feedback from real therapists that we're working with, and also participants that we've been working with as well. But, one of the biggest issues we kept seeing was, inefficiency being treated as normal within the sector. So participants were being charged for long travel times because the right provider just wasn't nearby. And also therapists feeling burnt out because their day was pretty much, half driving, half paperwork and only part therapy. So it wasn't really about anyone doing the wrong thing. The system just wasn't set up for real life, So that's why ATH was just created to address that gap.
So between the two of you, neither of you are therapists, yeah, to say it. like a background, but you guys run a business that is allied health?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh gosh, when you first dropped this for like the people that we serve and the therapists, and they had the first taste of it, what was some of the feedback that you got that you didn't expect?
The first reaction I got was, wow, we've been looking for this.
Yeah.
It's still to the day, because when we're doing interviews and stuff like that, when we show them the system, they're like, what system is this? What are you guys using? What platform is this? Like they actually don't believing that we've created the whole thing, because a lot of people are just like, just still thinking it's like other system that we have integrated things on. But we're like, no, we've created this. This is what's gonna look like, and everything that, wow, it's so nice and simple to use. And this is what we've been looking for, everything in one, instead of using 3 different softwares.
So now is the right time to launch?
100%.
Yeah.
100% it is. Like I would have loved to launch it sooner. I would say the sooner we launch it, the more participants can get help. The therapists, and our whole thing is to get it out about, and also see what sort of feedback we can get, and try and improve our system throughout.
Yeah. So when is the launch? Or is that
Now.
top secret?
We've been slowly hyping it up
So it's
the
live?
past 4 weeks.
Yep.
It is live.
So is it kind of like you're on a soft, so it's a soft launch, and then are you going guns blazing?
So our strategy is pretty much a soft launch. We've already, verbally told people about it. And we've been posting about it online on our socials, and our LinkedIn as well. But it's something that, we don't want to just say, hey guys, it's ready, everyone can use it. It's more because we love perfecting things, but yes, nothing can ever be perfect, but that will always be our goal and our aim. We're always refining and we're improving as people are using it. So over time, we've had therapists on board on the ATH website. So yes, it is live, but we're also improving and fixing at the same time. So we're taking on feedback as we go on.
I'm sure Sarah would know this, that
to launch
it never gets done.
No, it's consistent refining.
It
Mhm.
is.
Goodness, sorry, you cut me off. As you're refining and you're doing it, did you expect the outcomes that you're receiving now, or is some of it taking you by surprise?
Most of them we expected, but some are surprising, where we're just going, oh, okay, why haven't this been done for the longest time? And a lot of we've participants, obviously we are showing them the portal, we have got them live on it, and they're just going, it is so simple, where they don't have to call 5 different people to get the copies of the session notes or other things that they're looking for. It's all available to them, and they're just going, why wasn't this done this long time?
Yeah. So to create such a system, you'd need a lot of people behind it. And this is the fun part that a lot of people don't see. When we create software, there's actually a lot behind the scenes that puts into it. So to develop, but how many people did you have to hire to assist you to get to this point to be able to launch it and have it live?
So it's been a year, and I have hired and fired quite a few people that weren't aligned with our values. I really needed people that obviously saw the vision that we are seeing, and not just there for the money side of things. So far currently we have working around 50 people in the IT and social media team.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It's full of
you
stone
guys have
fields and
really invested love, heart, and soul into this to make it launch and to make it live.
Everything. Yeah, we've invested everything.
Yep. everything for
But
the
it's
last year, at least.
but how cool is when you see the outcomes for the people that we serve, that they get the supports that they really need. So to be very
Exactly. And
proud.
that's the whole reason we started this, and that's the whole reason we'll continue this.
Does it give you the warm, fuzzy feelings?
100%. Yeah. 100%.
That's not even the question. The feelings it gives us is undescribable.
Yeah, especially when we hear from people like, this is what we need, this is what we're looking for, and we can't wait to use this and work with you guys. It's just, yeah, it makes everything worth it.
Absolutely. So when you describe Australia Therapy Hub to people, how do you describe it in one sentence for anybody that hasn't come across it?
So Australian Therapy Hub is an all-in-one platform designed to connect participants with the right therapist closer to home, while helping therapists work more efficiently and sustainably on their own terms.
And it's built for any NDIS participants, therapists, and support workers, guardians. It really is yeah. So guys, as I'm breaking from the script here for this podcast, I've actually played around with it. So it is cool to see it in live form, for people to actually see it themselves, they can jump onto the website. You've got it available to see and play.
That's what we've been getting the most feedback on from therapists, because it doesn't involve any physical documents. It doesn't involve days and weeks on end on trying to apply for a job. We've created the entire system, so everything's there for you to tick and type and upload, and yeah, just makes life a million times more easier.
So when you first connect and you say, right, this is the platform for me, what is the first thing they'll see when they first log into ATH?
There's two really words for it: clarity and simplicity. It's not as complicated. It's just as soon as you log in, everything that you need is right in front of you. Whether you're a participant, you're a therapy provider, everything's laid out clearly. No jumping between systems, no confusion whatsoever. So it's just on the dashboard, you see everything right there.
Because I remember having this conversation with you previously about how many times it takes you to click to do something and how quick it can be. Like that was your aim when you were building this, that you didn't have to click into so many things to get to that, like a certain point. That was just really an easy system to drive. Is that from your experience of working in the NDIS sector that you thought, right, how can we make it simple for people?
Correct. Especially the people we work with being vulnerable, and some might not be as tech savvy. We got to keep it as simple as possible for them to access all the information they need.
So with the system, is the main thing that you guys really do help with is reduce the amount of paperwork stress that a lot of therapists go through?
Exactly, yeah. So we've pretty much removed all the repetition and the guesswork and the, substantial amount of paperwork that therapists need to go through. So we created something where all the information lives in the one place and flows properly so that people stop second guessing themselves and, they begin to start working with confidence.
By doing this, it really does reduce the admin hours. The feedback that you're getting from therapists is that they get to be more present when they're supporting people.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's the whole purpose of ATH.
What used to be manual that ATH now helps with?
It's quite a few things. So things like progress tracking, documentations, documents expiring that you get automatic reminders for, reporting, and tasks that used to be live in people's head, basically personal systems. Now it's all live in one system and very clearly visible to them.
So for a provider to be on board, how could they use ATH in a normal working week?
As simple as after they've onboarded, they just log in and see exactly what's scheduled for them. They can complete their notes. They can track progress as they go, and be sure that nothing's falling through the cracks. Because if there's something that they haven't done, they'll be notified of it. It's a very easy system where it'll be all available to them. And without staying back late to catch up.
So what's your favorite feature?
My favorite feature is
You're going to
telehealth
say birthday, aren't you?
available in the system. Aushana. But there was the first thing I thought of, but that's something that a lot of people don't do that I have seen, and not many systems are provided there. Like you saw, I obviously wished you your birthday. It was in the system and I could find it. But at the same time, when we are onboarding and we are getting all that information, why not use it to actually personalize the experience for our clients and our therapists?
I could tell it was very personalized when we were first got to play around with it and see it. So, Valentine, what's your favorite feature?
My favorite feature of AT. Honestly, there's so
Like,
many that I can't pinpoint it, to be honest with you. But I'd honestly say the system, the CRM system that we've created. So yeah, again, I can't pinpoint one feature, but because it's taken us so long to come up with something so great that isn't out there, we did our research. We saw the programs that therapists are using at the moment. We looked at, 4, 5, 6 different programs that currently exist that therapists use. And we pretty much combined all the best features and created more. So I'd just say the CRM system that we've created to make work easier.
Was there a feature that you were really excited about?
Just
You can be
ATH.
onboarding.
I'm excited about ATH.
Like the onboarding part. Yeah, you know what? I've used systems in the past when you're onboarding people and you feel like, oh my God, the only thing that I am missing is someone's shoe size, and it's so complicated and nothing seems to ever add up. It just seems like you're going to different spots and clicking different things without doing it so neatly. The onboarding process that you guys have got is fabulous.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I can't wait to see what more like you guys are going to do and develop and how to see it roll out in the next year. I feel like it's quite a quite big for the space.
I'm looking forward to it.
Now, there are a part of ATH that participants can be quite involved in. So, how do participants interact with the system? And is there more behind the scenes?
So participants are actively involved. ATH is it's not just about therapists, it's also about participants. We've built the entire thing for both parties because we're trying to make life easier for both sides. So participants, they tell us what they need. They'll pretty much fill up a form on our website. They will review their options, and by options, I mean the therapists that are available to them, and they choose who they want to work with. So we support the process without getting in the way of the relationship between participants and therapists.
I love the fact that they can read about the therapist that they could use and having an idea like the kind of like having like an old school MySpace page where you've got that information there about this person and how they others' needs.
Yeah, no, exactly right.
Who would have thought you could go shopping for therapists? Well, no, it wasn't
Exactly.
a given, is it? It's something that I'd talk to my support coordinator and then they would try to align me. It just takes out a lot of the in between. Like if I was a support coordinator looking at this, the idea that I could assist somebody to jump online and choose who aligns with them would take out so much admin time. All the emailing and trialing and phone calls that support coordinators have to go through to figure out whether somebody aligns with them. This just pulls it all in.
Exactly right.
That is the whole aim, to try and reduce the work for everyone so they can actually focus on the participants. And by giving them options, we also give them the choice and control. This is very important to the participants as well.
But it's also, you think about it, it's also a lot of like it's admin time waste and money from an NDIS participants plan that can actually go back into services that they really truly need instead of dating a couple of frogs before you get to your prince.
You can explain it that way.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. So, sorry, we're gonna use that.
Well, it is because it really just cuts that out because there's been times that I've known that I've had NDIS participants line up to meet and greet with a therapist and they just didn't click and it just didn't work or the times didn't work or it was a shuffle here and there. Actually being able to see who is available, who aligns with me, and whether I can book them in, the time it saves.
Exactly. No, exactly. And yeah, that's why ATH was created. But again, even if they choose a therapist, that might not work out. And then at the end of the day, they have the option and the decision to, go through the process again and choose somebody else that works for them.
The power. Like I could just imagine, I could imagine that like mum and dad, maybe the support coordinator's around, we've got a platter, we're swiping through trying to figure out which therapist actually aligns with us. Who, and it could be a conversation that you can have as a family as well, like who could fit me as a participant the best way possible. And we can talk and chat about it. That's awesome. So how long would it take, say, anyone to learn how to use ATH?
Most of the people are comfortable within a few hours. We've designed it so you don't need training manuals. If you understand your work, you can understand it ATH. But to simplify it even further, we've also given all how-to guides as well.
So because I've played around with it, when you were creating it, was it something that you really put in mind for our NDIS participants? Because I can see that the color scheme, I can see that the language being used around it is quite easy to read and to follow.
Yeah, we had
Yes, so it created with
and-
participant front of mind, definitely. Sorry, go on.
Who is the best suited for right now for ATH? Who is the best suited for right now? Is it therapists? Is it NDIS participants, or is it all in one, in your opinion?
everyone. So participants who want more choice and better access to care, and also therapists who value their time and mental peace at work.
Oh, 100%. Now, sorry, I'm just making sure. So, with anything that is online, there's always this worry about security and breaches and everything in between. So, how does ATH keep people's information safe?
So security has been built in from day one. Data is protected, access is controlled, and everything is designed to meet the Australian privacy laws, health data standards, and NDIS requirements. So people can trust that the data information is handled responsibly. No, obviously being the health data, we have to make sure it's protected, and it's all the Australian servers are used, all the data staying in the country, and all the laws are followed for the Australian security data. So definitely not just because of the laws, but we had to make sure that we are following all the policies, procedures, and everything, so our participants and our therapist data is secured.
So, a lot of people in this age love talking about AI. So, with AI for ATH, what does it mean in real life for the people that we serve?
So AI will help with quite a few things within ATH, things like reducing admin effort, supporting documents, spotting patterns, but not making decision for therapists or people that they're assisting. The decision-making part is still left for the therapist, and it's not replacing that.
Is a little bit of fun when you're using the AI connecting parts of,
In the beginning, but
yeah, I
we
guess
worked through that.
how quick it moves and how thorough it can be.
I think it's Ammar's favorite part. He loves his tech.
I do
I get very
too,
excited about when it comes to AI.
because I just quick information, how quick it can roll
No,
and move, and
exactly.
how far has it come. So, how do you make sure that ATH supports care and not replaces the human contact and then the interactions that we have?
So we've designed around people. We haven't designed around processes. If a feature gets in the way of care, then it just doesn't belong with ATH. The AI and the technology is there to support them, not replace them. The next step would just pretty much be letting everyone know that, we're here. We're here to help. ATH exists. We're pretty much just going to continue refining the matching side of things, the technology. We're going to continue improving the efficiency and building tools that reduce the pressure without adding complexity. And this will always be guided by the real feedback that we get from our therapists and participants.
So, is 2026 a big year for you guys?
Huge. And we talk about it every day, every week. 2026 is our year, and we're just so excited to see how everything unfolds.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I just geek out with tech. To be honest with you, I really do. And then, especially when you guys were showing me around and what it can do, and knowing some allied health friends in my sector, the ability of what the tech can do and how it really does solve that problem, it's huge. I'm really excited for you guys. What changes do you hope that ATH will bring to the NDIS sector, or even really aged care, to be honest with you, for the long run?
Yeah, absolutely. We really like to see the system where participants receive more meaningful and timely support, and where therapists can work sustainably with a real autonomy without being exhausted by the constant travel and buried in paperwork. If ATS can reduce wasted time, improve coordination, and make it easier to connect with participants at with the right therapist sooner, that's a meaningful change. It means the funding is being used where it matters the most, on the care, and skilled therapists can stay focused on therapy instead of admin. That balance, where both participants and therapists are properly supported, is ultimately what ATH exists to help.
Perfect. Yeah, it's exciting. So, for anybody out there that's listening to today's podcast, the best way to find you, what website do you guys use if you would like to do a shout out to your website and socials?
Yeah, so our website is austherapyhub.com.au. So it's AUS, therapyhub.com.au.
Exciting times ahead.
So our Instagram is Australian_Therapy Hub, and Facebook is Australian Therapy Hub.
Now, is there anything that I've missed today in our chat and our podcast that you'd love to mention, name drop, or put in anything in between?
Not from my end, Ammar.
Mind either.
We're going to do this in a year's time, this podcast.
I know,
You know
and
that
just see where things
you
are
have
at.
to. I
That'd
want to
be
come back.
incredible. But also
I
with
know, I really
yourself
want to
and
see.
your business too.
Yeah, but it's serious. In a year's time, I hope I get the opportunity to interview you guys again, as you're a year into it, and seeing how it looks and all the features in between. Thank you so much for jumping on today's podcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for organizing this.